In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
This is a masterpiece.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
Don't make me do it, Tariq, I know all your secrets. I spoke to all those and knew you, don't make me leak it. Yeah. I know people from Alabama from the year of '86. I even know the cop that locked you up and made you flip. I know who got you the ticket and flew you to LA. I know the facility they trained you in. Please don't make a say. One more cheap shot, I'll expose it all. I know the relationship between your mom and pa. I know your father abandoned you and Miss Shirley took you in. All the tears behind the grin can't wash away the sin. They used you at 17 and they using you at 15.
Yeah.
They use you in that
Yeah.
all them bricks.
We back in the building.
Living in fear.
Who wait up in the building with me? Who up in here with me?
You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will
we
get
back.
jammed. You built a prison around yourself.
Check
for
1,
you
2,
and your
we back,
family. And
baby.
if I'm forced to expose you,
Yes,
everyone will get
indeed.
jammed.
You built a prison around yourself. For you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed.
You built a prison around yourself.
Come on now.
For you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed. We know about Peanut and her deepest fears.
What?
We know why you try to hide a name for years.
What?
We know she FDA, but it gets much worse. We know when you met, and we know her date of birth. You done broke the bell, so may as well pay up. All them sleepless nights, popping pills, and still
Come
stay
on
up.
now.
We can make this easy, or we can make hard. Cut the check and we can disregard. If not, you can expect to hear your darkest secrets. And I got the receipts to back up what I'm speaking. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone will get jammed.
What it do, family? Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. What it do, family? Oh, man. I'm back in the building, family. Did you miss me? If you miss me, you don't have to kiss me. Just tell me you miss me. How y'all doing, family? Press 7 if y'all in the building tonight. I know it's going to take a second to build up all of the interest again, but I ain't worrying about none of that. I've been busy, man. I've been busy. I took the show on the road. I took this show on the road, man. Listen, at the end of the day, family, man, I miss y'all, right? I really do. I really do. I really do. But listen, family, I'm a member of the Moorish Temple of America, right? And it's an organization that's predicated upon boots on the ground. So I had to put some boots on the ground. You know what I mean? It's been a while. Not really. I'm always boots on the ground. Well, it's been a while since I did a public lecture. Let me just say that. What's up, Excuse me. What's up, DJ Big Six? It's been a while since I did a public lecture. And the lecture that I just did, consequently, it was in Detroit. And guess who's from Detroit, supposedly? Did you know? Did you know who was from Detroit, supposedly? So you know if I'm in Detroit and I'm doing a documentary, I am going to be trying to do research to bring the documentary to life. Huh? Moi? Yeah. Hey, family, are y'all familiar with the story that went around the internet about Marcus Sanders. Now let me say, family, this video is in no way is an attempt to slander, libel, or defame anybody, character, or name. I will only be reading from public information and things that are publicly available. All right? That are publicly available. I will only be, so anything that I read, it is public information, it's publicly available, and you can take it from there and decide what it means. But this show is not to defame, slander, or libel anyone. This is Moorish World TV. It's a research podcast. And just like any other investigative channel that you would see on TV, we do the same type of research here. Whether it's 60 Minutes, whether it's whatever your favorite show is that does research on things that go on around the world in the community, Moorish World TV is that podcast. So I just want you to know offhand that I will be going into some documents. Another thing that I have, somebody said blocking chat, I see. What do you mean by blocking chat? I see. Nobody blocked you in the chat. You didn't do nothing. John Jacob. Who is John Jacob? Schmidt. John Jacob Schmidt. Who blocked you, family? Somebody blocked you? Did somebody block you already? Huh? I don't think anybody blocked you. I think you're paranoid. Nobody blocked you. All right. Also, family, if you are here tomorrow, I'm trying to get the flyer right now. I ain't even finished the flyer right now. If you are here tomorrow, I'll be talking about the court decision that has been handed down to Tariq Nasheed in relations to Tahaka Bay versus Tariq Nasheed in the slander case. I'm watching. Is anybody paying attention to the 50 Cent and Big Meech dramatics? Anybody? Press 7 if anybody paying attention to that. Anybody paying attention to that? I think y'all need to pay attention to that. If you listen, I really think you need to pay attention to that. It's very, very. So the way that this story is given is that Big Meech was a federal operative through a third party. In other words, he have somebody else doing the bidding while he's feeding them information to set somebody up. And this guy Cuffy have football numbers in jail right now because of the same person that sold that had the rights of Meech life was the person that was the undercover agent. You know what I mean? And so anybody that would be even question, like, if Big Meech is an agent, that means they're not critically thinking. You don't turn over your life rights to a person that turns out to be an agent unless you know something about this person being an agent. It don't work like that. Nah, it don't work like that. It just don't work like that. You know what I mean? And so anyway, the reason why I say that's important, because you should watch it, because the twists and turns that this story is going to take is similar to the story that we are going to be covering in my documentary about Marcus Sanders, as well as the script that I have written about Marcus Sanders. I'm going to try to get this script on the big screen. This is a crazy script. This is crazy, family. When you know the great details, which I haven't put out everything here, when you know the great details about this story surrounding Marcus Sanders, you would be floored. I mean, this story has every part of a catch me if you can snitch type story. So family, I'm going to get started in a minute. I want y'all to have a seat and get ready, because I'm about to get busy. Also family, tomorrow, no, it's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. What's up, Malachi? It's not tomorrow. Let me change that up. Not tomorrow, but on Saturday, maybe. I think it's going to be Saturday. Let me get this for you real quick. On Saturday, and I haven't even finished the flyer yet. I should just leave it like that. I should just leave it like this. On Saturday, family, I will be talking about the decision handed down by the court as it relates to Tahaka Bay versus Tariq Nasheed. I'll be talking about a recent decision handed down, and I'll be reading. Listen, we ain't gonna sugarcoat anymore. You know what I mean? You know how I used to do the pay-per-views and da-da-da. We're not gonna sugarcoat anymore. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna read the paper that was sent to me by the courts. Okay? Y'all want to hear the decision that was handed down and give y'all an update on some of this stuff? I mean, I'm going to bring the paper and read it to you by the courts. Family, it don't look good. It just don't look good. And at this point, I'm not going to poke my chest out. I'm not going to hoop and holler. I'm not going to bang my chest. I'm just going to read it to you. All right? I'm going to read it to you. Family, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I'm going to report this stuff to you because you need to hear this. You need to see the games that are being played. And I said this a while ago. I said there's going to come a time where this internet stuff is going to come off of the internet. And we are at that place right now. We are at that place right now. At the end of the day, what's going to happen now is that it's about to get real for some people. It's about to get real. You know, when that Cat Williams did that thing that he did, we had already been calling people out. But it's about to get real because at the end of the day, there's a lot of pieces that are missing. And we are going to put the pieces to the puzzle. You know what I mean? It's Moochie in the building. Where Moochie at? Moochie around the corner somewhere. Yeah, I ain't seen Moochie. I mean, I ain't seen Moochie. But anyway, family, let's get this show started, family. Check 1, 2. Check. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check. Yo, this the real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir. This the real deal. Let's go. Talk about. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali, smack me out with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would've stuck them out regardless. On the run from the feds because that boy is a fed. This was back in the day. I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard? You little swindling frauds with the feds on the block, the roof, and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punk. I got children to raise. I got people to uplift. Your intentions is to enslave my people in grip, and at the same time snitch on anybody's suspicion. You a government witness and they just changed your name, gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are. You can't hide no more, Marcus. It's coming to light what you done did in the darkness. Been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91 you infiltrated the rap game. It's Cosmo Flex. Your job is done. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, it's cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm trolling these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. Cause I'm exposing these frauds. Yeah. They say I'm trolling like watching. They say I'm trolling like 50. And now the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me. Cause I'm exposing these frauds, they say I'm trolling like 50. I got the heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning, you know how I do.
Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest of God, start pressing and
And use the Twitter revolutionary waiting to get hacked.
I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact.
I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west.
I could've called up my people and pulled up to your rest. And
The gated community is a federal prison. Don't think that we don't know how you really living. We got you. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me. I said the feds is plotting, informants plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. Come on. Yeah, family. Yeah, family. On Saturday, we're going to read the court decision hand down by the California District Court. Oh, man, listen. I've been waiting. Listen, behind the scenes, like I ain't even gonna sugarcoat this stuff no more. You know what I mean? I've been trying to not cause I don't want to seem like I'm poking my chest out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to seem like I'm poking my chest out, but I do want to let you know what's going on. So recently, since November, so every time I turn around that there's something going on to try to stop the progress of these lawsuits, of this slander lawsuit, of this defamation, you know what I mean? It's always something. It just costs more money and more money and more money. I mean, you know, I don't have deep pockets, but nevertheless, you know, even at this hour, I'm like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna make my little bit of coins because I gotta add to this. I mean, like for real. So it's like more money and more money. And let me tell you something about a lawsuit. One thing about a lawsuit, every time you file a motion, it costs money, especially in California. You know what I'm saying? Liddell! Man, let me thank y'all, man. Y'all are just so beautiful. Y'all are just so nice, man. Let me go ahead and thank Iman Gaming, Iman Squad Gaming. Love your music. Thank you, family. Let me thank for the super chat, Liddell Moore. Thank you so much for the super chat. Absolutely appreciate that. And let me tell you something, family. You know, all of that stuff that I go through, that I've been through, that I will continue to go through until it's done, it was all worth it. I don't care if I ain't got two nickels to rub together. It's all worth it because at the end of the day, this internet bully has bullied people and has antagonized people and lied and slandered so many people in order to build his platform. But for the first time, he was unable to bully or run me away from the internet or to silence me on the topic, as he's been able to do so many people. You know, as he's been able to do so many people. And one of the reasons is because the average person on YouTube is trying to make money. That's what I'm saying. The average person on YouTube is trying to make money, and so they cannot dedicate the time that I may be able to dedicate talking about this subject matter. But this is a unique subject matter, family. This is a unique subject matter. If I'm looking this way, that's because my screen that way. This is a unique subject matter. This is not trolling per se. And what I mean per se, they call it trolling when you do 1, 2, 3 stories or whatever. But this is a series. And you know what I noticed? Anybody notice this? Talk to me for a minute, family. Anybody ever notice that now the story about Big Meech, people are doing series now? Moorish World TV been doing that. Anybody press 7 if you notice that. When somebody are talking about a subject matter within the last 6 months, now what they do, they stay on that same subject matter. I'm watching that with the Big Meech story. These channels that's covering Big Meech, they don't just go to that and go to another story. They on Big Meech, Big Meech, Big Meech, Big Meech, Big Meech, Big Meech, Big Meech. That's what they doing. You know what I mean? We've been doing this for years. We talked about Big Shirley. from the Black Panther Party, and we just did a series, big series. We did Grandmaster Jay, series. We did Malik Zulu Shabazz, series. We did Inky, series. You know what I'm saying? We do, but now everybody is doing this format now. Everybody, you go on the internet now, everybody is used. I even heard a brother today was doing something on Big Meech, and he said, I know he was doing something on King Kong Consciousness. And he was like, put a 7 in the chat. If you hear me, put a 7 in the chat. I was like, yeah. And listen, I don't own any style that I do. And if it work, let's work it, family. Because he was throwing Umar under the bus, as rightfully so. You know what I mean? Rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they even doing series on Dr. Umar like endlessly. You know what I mean? And I started this. I've been doing this I was doing this before, what's the guy name? That dude Umar. I was doing it before him. If you go back and look, I was doing series on everything. And so many people call it trolling, but now look, everybody doing series now. Because at the end of the day, that's where people, listen, we don't want to miss nothing. These creeps, family, I mean, these creeps, they always trying to pull a next scheme. You know what I mean? They always trying to pull something new. And all you got, if you follow them, you will find, like, look at this. Tomorrow, look at this. And most people don't have time to keep up with it. So it's like a soap opera. It's like a real-time soap opera. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lennon Honor. But it's like a real-time soap opera. So at the end of the day, it's not only entertaining, it's also very interesting to see how a story unfolds. I mean, it's very interesting to see how a story unfolds. So, hey, this is a master.
If this was another genre like entertainment,
man, I got to do one more song to get pumped up, man. Can I do one more song, family? Come on, man.
Certified Boogie Man.
Check 1, 2. Can I do one more?
Certified Boogie Man.
I'm back.
Speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified Boogie
We in the
What up, real
20th
talk?
century. How people are poor,
Real talk.
hungry,
Certified
ragged,
Boogie
naked, and out of doors.
Certified
How
Boogie
people
Man.
are being murdered on a
Certified
daily and
Boogie Man.
consistent
Come on now.
basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up. Allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper claimed he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fan since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified Boogie Man.
and trying to figure out which one
Certified
has the
Boogie Man.
venom sac.
Certified
I'm this
Boogie Man.
tall. This one is not
Certified Boogie
poison.
Man.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who
Certified
says
Boogie
I
Man.
smacked somebody?
Certified
Poke your
Boogie
chest
Man.
out, then fly
Certified Boogie
thousands of miles. Check it out.
For a
Certified
peace
Boogie
order.
Man.
For a peace order.
I'm back like I
Certified
left
Boogie
something. And you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Sheik affiliated with the gods? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or a nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character, turned into a thug. From Cosmo to K-Flex, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, stitching on the hood. How you make
Run!
a documentary about
Run, Talker,
hip-hop
run!
and not include
Run!
yourself and all your
Run,
albums
Talker,
flop.
run!
Yeah, you got
Run!
the dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
He's back!
Yeah. Let's go, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. Family. So listen, family. This past weekend, I did a lecture in Detroit. And one thing that I discovered is that Mr. Nasheed is not necessarily from Detroit. You understand what I'm saying? He's not necessarily from Detroit. He's from an adjacent town. You understand what I'm saying? He's from an adjacent town. You know, and you know how it goes. Everybody want to connect themselves to the intermetropolitan area of a location. We all seen that before, you know. But what I did, what I had a chance to do, you know what I mean? I had a chance to do while I was out there. I was able to dip a little bit, and I mean, it was cold, family. How y'all do in Michigan is a different type cold. Seriously, Michigan is a different type cold, family. Good goodness gracious. Shout out to those that live in Michigan. That joint was 12 degrees consistently. But look, everybody just kept coming to the location to see Brother Tahaka Bay, man. It was a beautiful event. But nevertheless, because I'm doing this documentary, right? Because I'm doing this documentary, there's a few things that I wanted to try to connect some dots with, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I was like, man, I'm going to do my best to try to connect these dots and see what I can find. And so what I would find is, family, I'm not going to give y'all all of it right now, but let me show you this, family. This is the actual witness list, right, of Marcus Sanders, right? I want to show you a few things, right? Let me show you something. So I'm about to bring it up right now. I'm actually going to, I got some slides here, but I'm going to show it to you directly, you know what I mean? I'm going to show it to you directly. And I think we're going to have to review this one more time, family. You know what I mean? I think we're going to have to review this one more time. We got to backtrack and go over this. From what I've discovered, we are going to have to backtrack. I mean, we're going to have to backtrack. Now, here we go. Let me share this with you real quick. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Let me share this with you real quick. Hold up. Where you go? Let me see. Oh, let me share it with you. Okay. So in this right here, right? The United States versus, and these are all of the co-defendants. Are y'all all familiar with this story? Maybe I'm moving too fast. Let me get y'all familiar. Let me put y'all up on the story first. So, here is the story. It's this guy named Marcus Sanders. And Marcus Sanders was perpetrating as a drug dealer. And what I mean by perpetrating as a drug dealer, from my research, it was like what they call in the indictment, it was a two-way sting. You follow what I'm saying? In fact, I'm going to show it to you. It was called a reverse sting. So basically, it was one of those type of things whereas, I'm about to show it to you right now. It was one of those type of things where they send in someone to purchase drugs, to be friends, et cetera, and then they lock everybody up, and then ultimately they let the one go who was at the beginning of the planning stages. Anybody ever see Donnie Brasco? Anybody ever see Donnie Brasco? Anybody ever see that? Press 7 if y'all ever seen Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco is typical of what a reverse sting is. Al Pacino goes in as an undercover as a mobster, and quite naturally he rub shoulders, become big friends. He even commit crimes, you know what I mean? Even participated in unliving people, you know, but at the end of the day, he was there to obtain information and to take down the mob. You follow me? And so this is what the guy Marcus Sanders was. So when people think that that this was just some random drug case and then the witness got unlived, no. This is bigger than that. This is bigger than that. And so when you look at this, it said the evidence against petitioner George Michael was substantial. The first conspiracy began in 1994 and 95 when George Michael asked co-defendant Tyrone Walker to finance importation of cocaine from Haiti. Michael said he knew the captain of a Haitian freighter and that was coming to Miami, Florida, with 225 kilograms of cocaine. Walker subsequently enlisted help from others, including Jamie, quote unquote, who was actually James Tanner, an undercover state's customs agent. Months passed and the Haitian freighter did not materialize. Michael Walker, Jamie, and others began working on other plans to purchase cocaine. Eventually, in October 1997, led to the meeting in Mobile, Alabama, where a purchase of substantial amount of cocaine took place. The plan turned out to be a reverse sting orchestrated by customs agents. Michael and numerous others were arrested in Mobile. So this is the part that people really didn't understand when they read the paperwork of Marcus Sanders. There's a lot of paperwork missing. There's a lot of paperwork missing. Do you follow what I'm saying? What I mean is a lot of paperwork missing. It's a lot of stuff that is sealed. It's sealed. How do I know? Because I got an account. I got an account with Pacer to fight my lawsuit. So I need an account there, and in the process, I look up stuff, and I found out that it was sealed. But the people that got locked up in this is in this United States, and as you can see, Marcus Sanders, aka Mark. You feel what I'm saying? But listen, many of these names are people that are literally from Michigan. Many of these people are still in Michigan till this day. How do I know? I just left Michigan. Many of these people want to tell their story. Many of these people have been holding a secret since 99, 2000. Now, the problem with that is this guy, this guy lost his life. This guy lost his life. The guy lost his life. Listen, you don't think for once that this guy, one second, you don't think for once that, let me show you 1 second. You don't think for once that this guy that lost his life here, this guy that lost his life, family don't want the story told. Do you really think so? Let me read this. The Department of Justice is deciding whether to seek the federal death penalty for 2 men charged with killing a scheduled witness in a mobile drug case. Family, I want you to listen to this carefully. Listen to this carefully. Pay close attention to this. There was Marcus Sanders and another guy that was on trial for killing this state's witness, right? It says, I want you to remember that part. I want you to remember that part because I got something that I got to add to it. It says, in fact, let me shrink myself down so we can get busy. It says, here we go. It says, the Justice Department panel in Washington, D.C., which heard defense and prosecution arguments Monday, would reach a decision within 2 weeks whether to seek the death penalty against Leslie Kelly and Marcus Sanders. Mr. Kelly is home now. He might be watching. The government has charged both men in the death of government witness Robert Gibson Sr., who killed in a drive-by shooting 2 days before the scheduled to testify against Sanders in the Mobile case. Now remember, this is about killing a witness and the drug exchange that was a reverse sting. All right? Now, what I want to show you here is that I'm about to share with you right now. What I'm going to show you here is that not only, one second. Hold up. Yeah, so it was a reverse thing, right? But when you look at this document right here, right? Who did Marcus Sanders represent? Somebody write it. Plaintiff, United States, represented by who? Marcus Sanders. You see that? So although Marcus Sanders and Leslie Kelly was accused of killing a witness, real talk. Just think for a second. Remember I said, real talk. Real talk says, why would they knock somebody off? Real talk, you got to remember that it's a reverse sting. It's a reverse sting. Now, an unlived man can't talk. But let's speculate and say that the witness for the state figured out the whole setup. And now, not only, and this is just speculation, and now the government is also in bed with this great big operation. Think about it for a second. It's a reverse sting. Somebody say, how is he representing the U.S. if he's not working for them? So, now, hold up. Now, let's go back to the article. Real quick. Go back to the article. This is stranger than fiction, family. Kelly and Sanders was charged with possession with intent to distribute crack cocaine. The men were tried separately, and the jury acquitted Kelly of drug charges. A jury acquitted Sanders of drug charges in April 1998. But prosecutors arrested him immediately after the verdict and on related drug charges. A jury could not reach a verdict, and the U.S. District Judge Charles R. Butler Jr. released Sanders on bond and ordered him to appear at his retrial in 1999. Gibson was gunned down at a suburban Detroit gas station, and Sanders, who was living in Detroit at the time, did not appear as scheduled. Sanders pled guilty in September to charges stemming from missing that trial and will be retried on drug charges after the upcoming murder trial. Sanders' attorney, Dennis Nitze of Mobile, argued that his client lacked the kind of criminal history that merits a death sentence and exhibits a stable psychological background. Now, here we go. He is raising a child. That's a clue. Kinsley told him. He is raising a child. That's a clue. Kelly attorney David Steindold of Detroit said it would be unconscionable to pursue the death penalty for his client who has an IQ that is borderline retarded, almost illiterate. Family, listen to me. I've been fighting to preserve my name for the last 2 years. Fam, you wouldn't even believe the type of foolishness that I've been up against. You wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't even believe it, but I will tell you when it's all said and done. I'm talking about the crazy stuff that's been happening in pursuing this trial. But nevertheless, let's move on. Now, so what would happen is, let me get this out of here. I did a lecture in Detroit recently, and because I was in Detroit, and I know that many of these names are people, not many of them, but a handful of them, are from Detroit. I'm ready for them to tell their story. Fam, let me ask you a question. This is a crazy movie, family. This is a crazy movie. I wonder if people would donate to see this movie. You know how people don't. You will see it free once it's done, though. I mean, you will see it free. You know how people donate for Hidden Colors? All that money. How much would it take? How much would it take to pay these people to be interviewed to help put this script together? Listen, a lot of documents in this case is sealed. It's sealed. But let me tell you, people are still walking around. People are still here. They are still here to this day. And I know where each every one of them at. This story must be told. This story must be told. For the Robert Gibson family, this story must be told. Yeah, this story must be told. Anyway, let me go on. So, this here, but to share with y'all, it says that, listen to this. And I'm telling you, all of this stuff was a part of this reverse thing. Look at this. J. Don Foster, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Alabama, and lead prosecutor Gloria Bedwell could not be reached for comment. Sanders was one of 8 people indicted by the federal grand jury in Alabama in connection with smuggling operation based in Mobile and supplied 440 pounds of cocaine to Detroit in April and May 1996. That was the first one. When they couldn't prove him guilty in that, they was going to have a retrial. And one of the guys that was in on it was going to be state's witness. But I'm of the thought that this guy, Sonny Gibson, was going to blow the whole thing out of the water and show that possibly the government was also complicit in moving large sums of drugs. And this is just one of the loads that just got caught. This is what it appears, and I'm only speculating, to be clear. I'm only speculating. This is not based on fact. What I'm saying is, it appears that oh my goodness, I looked at crypto. It appears that the guy, Sonny, it appears that he was about to expose probably what role the government actually played. Do you know what I mean? And this is Sonny Gibson. And before he could do that, they had to wipe him out. Sonny Gibson. Right there. Now, notice Sonny Gibson is, let me do this real quick. Let me shrink myself down and show you something. So, Sonny Gibson, and follow me real quick, family. Watch this. Sonny Gibson, hold up, what I'm doing? Trying to get my video up here. Okay. Sonny Gibson is buried in Oak Park, or from Oak Park, Oakland County, Michigan. Let me show you something. This don't mean nothing for real. I'm just saying. This don't mean nothing. Let me get this right. So, there is a guy named Nathan Sanders. I'm going to share with you. Who also share with you right now. I was going to show you some slides, but I'm going to do it like this tonight. I mean, it's a guy named Nathan Sanders who also has his address in Oak Park. Do anybody knows who Nathan Sanders is? Anybody know? Oak Park? Oak Park? This is a filing for business. Now, the point that I'm making is that some of these dots definitely connect. Some of these dots definitely connect. They will fully connect once we finish the documentary. They will fully connect once we finish the documentary. I got it pretty much. Listen, once that trip to Detroit was complete, yeah, family, it don't look good. It don't look good. Now, let's go in 99. This is an article from 99. A man, I'm going to make it big so you can see it, because this is an old article. A man was shot to death in Michigan by a gunman in a car 2 days before the victim was to be a key governmental witness in a mobile drug deal. Robert Sonny Gibson, 59, was killed in Oak Park, Michigan gas station on Saturday. He was scheduled to be in a mobile courtroom Monday to testify against Marcus Sanders, who was indicted in 1996 on cocaine trafficking charges. Gibson was identified as one of the former couriers in the Mobile-based smuggling operation. We don't know what the motive was, but the drug case was being taken into consideration. Oak Park, how that sound? We don't know what the motivation was. He a government witness. Was taken into consideration. Oak Park Police Lieutenant Richard Kane Reed and Detroit Free Press. Sanders failed to appear in court, and they tell the whole story again, what I just read. I'll just go to the end. It doesn't make sense, Sanders' mobile attorney Dennis Combs said Monday on a link between Gibson's death and Sanders' failure to appear. Somebody said, use your finger. Failure to appear in the court. If my client was whatever, like it's hard to read. But this was an old paper. Let me tell you something about this. This case had been washed so crazy, right? That is actually, if my client was eliminating the primary witness who wasn't, why wasn't he at trial this morning? So basically his attorney saying that, okay, if he actually did do this, then the witness ain't there. He should be at trial. Come on, man. That don't even make sense. Anyway, as the story would go, the U.S. Marshals would pick up Marcus Sanders. And from that point on, it seems like the plot thickens and we are here. Oh, somebody said, keep reading it. Keep reading it. All right, hold on. Let me keep reading it. I was going to go to another clearer one. Matter of fact, let me just go to another clear something. All right. Was that 99? I do this one. This is a 99 one, too. Marcus Sanders, a fugitive wanted for questioning in the slaying of a witness who was to testify against him in a drug case, has been captured in Michigan, federal officials said. The U.S. Marshal's Office said Monday that Sanders was arrested Saturday and waived hearings that could have delayed his return to Mobile, where he is to be tried a third time on cocaine charges. Sanders, who was acquitted in 1998 trial and has deadlocked jury on a separate cocaine charges last December, was to be tried again in April but did not show up. 2 days before the trial, a government witness in the case, Robert Gibson Sr., was killed in Detroit. Sanders' attorney, Dennis Kinsley, said his client had nothing to do with the slaying. Now, I want to reiterate that although it says that Marcus Sanders was although it says Marcus Sanders was the suspect, Marcus Sanders was also the plaintiff. United States of America was represented by Marcus Sanders. Now, do it make sense? Here's the case. Plaintiff, United States, represented by Gloria Bedwell. Some of these are attorneys. Plaintiff, United States, represented by Stephen Butler. Plaintiff, United States, represented by many of these are attorneys. You follow me? When you look at like, all right, let me show you an example. How do Marcus Sanders get to represent the United States? Make it make sense. This one slipped through the cracks. This wasn't supposed to slip through the cracks like that. Somebody slipped up. So look at Gloria Bedwell. Gov. USDOJ Gov. Gloria Bedwell. Stephen Butler, USDA Gov. Donna Barrows, USDA Gov. Deborah Griffin, USDOJ Gov. Richard H. Lofton, Maria Murphy. Maria Murphy is right here. But Lofton got AUSA. So these are all government employees. Marcus Sanders. Press 7 if you see where this is going. Family, this thing is stranger than fiction. This is stranger than fiction. I just came from Detroit. And this is stranger than fiction. I promise you. What I have produced so far is enough to floor you. And I'm talking about the documentary. I'm talking about the documentary. I'm talking about the documentary. It's enough to floor you, family. Do you understand why? Hold up. Do you understand why? Let me pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. Bear with me real quick. Do you understand why? Why would somebody, answer me this, why would somebody catch a flight to Baltimore to file a peace order over YouTube commentary? Why would you want to file a peace order, spend all of this money on these attorneys for a peace order over YouTube commentary? Because we have covered this information. These are the files from us already covering it here. You understand what I'm saying? It just shows that somebody want to silence free speech. Come on. Let's listen. We've seen the attacks on Michi X. The making of cookies. The making of cartoons. We seen that. We seen the attacks on the guy that was on BET, Roland Martin. I don't agree with much of these people, but we seen all these attacks. We seen the attacks on ADOS or the leader of ADOS. We seen all of this stuff. And Michi X, she was the most outrageous and obnoxious in her response to Tariq. I've never cursed out Tariq Nasheed. Never. Never did, never will. I've never threatened Tariq Nasheed. Never did, never will. But we can't say the same thing about him in reference to me. You understand what I'm saying? Why would one be so angry about a blogger that it seems to me that I was being set up? It seems to me that I was being set up. And if I would have tussled on that day in question, I don't think I'd be talking to you right now. I don't think so. I just don't think I would be talking to you right now, because when we look back in hindsight at what happened on that day in question, there were people everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? There was people everywhere. You feel me? Let me see if I can. There was people everywhere. So at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you for real. And the day that I'm talking about is the people on the roof, the camera following. Like, people like, oh, yeah, Tariq smacked you. The camera following you down the block. I mean, you have to be an enraged person to go to that extreme. You know what I mean? I felt like my phone was hacked, my phone was traced, but at the end of the day, family, I backed up and got up out that demonstration. You know what I'm saying? And now we're here talking about it. But there's something in particular that they don't want nobody to know. They don't want nobody to know. But at this point, it's too far gone now. It's too far gone now, because pretty much the documentary is done. I'm just confirming stuff now. I'm just confirming and adding stuff to it now. But it's pretty much done now. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it now. It's pretty much done. But I'm going to tell you, family, when we break this down, fam, this going to shock the world. This is going to shock the world. Everything will make sense once we break this down. I mean, everything will make sense. These, at the opening of this event, strange-looking people in front of the museum, all of this is going to make sense once we all break it down. Look at this. Nobody never considered that a person who claims to be proud FBA opening up a museum or whatever it is for the FBAs, but strange-looking people on the opening day around there? Huh? Come on now. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. We try to make it make sense, but it don't make sense. This don't make sense at all. This don't make sense at all. So at the end of the day, we're going to make it make sense. We're going to make it make sense. Because I felt as though my life was in danger. Yeah, I felt as though my life was in danger, and that there's a chance I wouldn't have made it home. That's how I felt. You follow me? And don't forget, family, again, let me drop this real quick. Tomorrow, I'm going to be reading the latest court decision handed down in the case. No pay-per-view, no nothing. We're going to read it, hand it down. Tomorrow, family. I mean, on Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday. I hope I see y'all here. Because, and I'm going to play the sound bites of how Mr. Nasheed said that his lawyers smacked me around in Baltimore. Now, I'm not going to be obnoxious. I just know that y'all supported what I've been doing. I know that y'all continue to support. I know that I got a little ways to go. So guess what? I'm going to read what happened so far. I'm not going to interpret anything. You follow me? I'm not going to interpret nothing. I'm not going to speak to it. I'm not going to interpret. I'm just going to read it to you. You follow me? And then I want you to hear where this is going. You know, and listen, one thing that I've learned in watching stuff like this is that one thing the feds don't play is one of their owns making it hot. You know what I mean? They don't play that making it hot. when you start making it hot, not only do the operative make it hot for themselves, they make it hot for the people. They make it hot for them people. Thank you, Uriah. They make it hot for the people. And the feds don't play that. The feds don't. That's one thing the feds don't play. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Donald Trump, Enrique would still be locked up right now. Enrique would still be locked up right now because that's one thing the feds don't play, making it hot. You feel me? And this, talking about I smack somebody and all that, that made it hot. Family, give me 1 second. My dog, he got to go. He got to go. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got to go. You got to give me an intermission. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Give me 2 seconds. All right? Give me 2 seconds.
This is a masterpiece.
We ain't no internet prophet. We ain't no internet prophet. No, y'all, no, all we social media actors. Let me tell you what I do, fam.
Check 1, 2.
I created this media with the help of my brothers and all these men and all the good people of the Moorish side.
Y'all some internet prophets and you need to stop it for someone catch you on the block and cock it or catch you at your lecture and rock your knocking. Yeah, you mad at me cause I'm exposed to your robbing. See, I used to be a robber, I was robbing the thugs and the Asians in the hood selling nasty grub. I was only 17 and I didn't know better. Put them things in their face and said, give me the cheddar. But it really amazed me, the age of 40, that people will use the things that would annoy me to rob our people like Bibles and Qurans. Take your money and then they're gone. Shoot, selling, plagiarize books and dreams of unity. Blame the European, but look what you do to me. Got me thinking we gon' overcome, but when you cut your camera off, you're really one of them. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the burbs with your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody that it's white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people fat in your pockets. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds with your unks, your crystals, your books and herbs. Now they calling me the op cause I revealed the scam. They will shake your hand and still grip your fam. They say Hotep, peace, black power, shalom. Assalamu alaikum, praise the Lord in Islam. At the same time they plotting to get in your pocket. They will white label sunglasses, cups and watches. Make a profit for the enemy they talk about. I can't understand why you ain't been walking out. You ain't noticed since you met them, you slipping in life. On Twitter like the pipe and it just ain't right. Bank account got light and you haven't seen the light. You burn on the stage and ain't change your plight. Incense burning, crystals turning. Think to yourself, what you really learning? What you really saw? You gave him your all. He own a museum club in the internet mall. Selling deodorant and hurry up and buy. He don't really care if you're broke and you die. You just acting like you don't care either. This is pure evil. Gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the burbs with your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody that it's white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people fat in your pocket. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds with your unks, your crystals, your books and herbs. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the burbs with your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody that it's white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people fat in your pockets. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet. For sure. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, family. Get my camera right. My bad. Family, listen. When my dog start doing that whine, anybody got dogs? When my dog start doing that whine, one thing I ain't gonna do. I ain't cleaning up no dog poo-poo after all the hours I spent training this dog to go ahead, let me know when he got to go. You know what I'm talking about? Press 7 if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? All them hours I spent getting this dog to let me know he got to go. Ain't nowhere in the world. So family, I heard that whine. I said, oh, no. Because I be sitting right in this studio right here and smelling boo-boo. I ain't trying to smell boo-boo, family, because this ain't going to go too well after that. I'm going to shut show down. Man, my dog got some mean boo-boo. Listen, I buy my dog food so he don't pass gas properly. I want him fast gas in such a way that it don't even stink. I'm scared. That's right. Showing up, pits of wine. Like, but anyway, family. At the end of the day, family, what I was able to do is let me go over here real quick. What I was able to do is I was able to confirm a lot of things, and one of the things that people need to recognize is the hypocrisy. Like, if you can recognize the hypocrisy, we can get to a place where as though we can wake up these FBAs. We got to wake up these FBAs, family, if we able to. I mean, if we able to wake up these FBAs, man, we done did our job. I mean, I find it interesting that Michi disagrees with Marcus and goes in on him on everything except one thing. She's agreed with him on his non. No. Michi didn't got turned out too. I'm of the thought that Michi X has got turned out too. Don't for 1 second think that Michi X agree with Marcus. This is that anti-non-American quote-unquote black thing. That's an operation, family. That's an operation. That ain't no something just happened. I mean, nah, that's an operation going on. That family, do you think this anti-immigrant thing is anything other than an operation? No, listen, anybody that is of African descent in America, that they want to call themselves FBA or ADOS or indigenous to America, anyone that feed into that divisive conversation, they're quite possibly in on the agenda. Because at the end of the day, we, regardless of what side of the water we on, we are in the same condition. Let me tell you something. There is a melanated group of people on each side of the water, on each side of the globe, that all face the same white supremacy, European imperialism, and oppression in the same way. You know the one that they miss out on? There is a underprivileged European that's also in that same boat. We have an area, I spoke about it before, called Pigtown. When it get warm, I'm going to do videos over there. And I'm going to do videos over there, and we're going to run them. And I'm going to show you where these Europeans are just as oppressed as us. I'm not doing it to try to save the world and all that. But what I want to do is I want to show that even the white supremacists or the European imperialists, they would even sacrifice their own. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody say what people need to do is compare Marcus to a reverse thing was the same thing Ice-T did and Nino Brown in New Jack City. Yeah, and so family, I think we need to go back and look at this Marcus Sanders case. Now, let me get off case of it. So basically what I'm saying is, let me finish with the Michi X thing. When people start getting in that conversation right there, they most likely have been accosted. Did I say it right? Accosted. Yeah. Because now she's back on YouTube, and this is her new rhetoric. And you have to, and see, anybody who follow Michi X is weird to me. I'm trying to tell you. And that believe in what she's talking about, because anything that's hot, Michi jump right on it. Do y'all remember when Grandmaster Jay was on fire? And she up there skinning and grinning, shucking and jiving? Y'all remember? Y'all remember? That was hot. And then the Black Power type of thing. And she had the empowerment of black people thing. Y'all remember that? Whatever seems to be hot at the time, Michi X is she shift with ever the wave. And now the wave is talking about immigrants. Here she go. You see what I'm saying? One thing you're going to get from Moorish World TV is the same type of content, a new type of face that we unfold to the people. That's it. That's it. Now, do anybody know who Abe Garcia is? Anybody know? Anybody know who Abe Garcia is? Tell me if you know who Abe Garcia is. Well, if you don't know who Abe Garcia is, I'm going to share it with you. This is Tariq Nasheed's brother-in-law. And as Tariq Nasheed talks about immigrants, he never seems to let people know that his brother-in-law name is Abe Garcia. I have nothing against Abe Garcia. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. However, for a man who is making a claim to fame about FBA and immigrants, but fails to mention the immigrant side of his family, the immigrant side of his lineage, and never shows his lineage, the European connection, or nothing, that should be a problem. Because at the end of the day, listen to this, family. At the end of the day, if Tariq Nasheed says that he is foundational Black American, and he's pushing that, why hasn't anybody show him how to screen share so he can show the world and show and prove? Why hasn't nobody held his feet to the fire to show his own lineage? Because you know why? He will have to tell you his real name. Because his mama and his daddy did not birth him as Tariq Nasheed. He would have to reveal his real name. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. In order to trace your lineage, you got to know your name. Because if we trace Nasheed, it's going to trace you to the Middle East somewhere. You hear me? Why hasn't any FBA held his feet to the fire? Nasheed does not trace to a plantation. This is what blows me away about FBAs. They don't even know the man's name and allow this person to be the conductor of an ideology that is predicated upon identity. And they don't even know his identity. Now, and if that ain't crazy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. That's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. That one is pushing an identity movement, yet nobody knows this man's identity. And he can sit up on the camera and says, yes, my whole family from FBA. My great-grandfather's from South Carolina. What? What? When we got DNA, we got Listen, we got DNA. We got what's that thing? Ancestry.com. We got all of this stuff. And you mean tell me he can show you the latest news story? He can put the latest recording of somebody made up on it, but he can't show you his lineage? But claim to be FBA? No. Because when he show you that, he got to show you his father. He got to show you his mama. He have to show you a literal trail to a plantation. And if he does that, it's going to expose him to be a non-FBA. To be a non-FBA. There is no FBA movement. There is a FBA rhetoric train on the internet. There is no FBA movement. Anyway, this is Abe Garcia. Abe. Now, here is Abe Garcia and his father-in-law. You see? Again, family, I am not doing this to slander anybody. I'm doing this as reporting and research. All right? That's all I'm doing. I'm doing this for research. This is not intent to slander, to libel, or to defame anyone. This is only research as it relates to foundational Black American ideology. You see? So my point is, he don't pick this out. Why? Why? How does this slip past the conversation? Come on now. How does this slip past the conversation? It's just insane. Family, listen. At the end of the day, before I get out of here, I just wanted to make a return. Family, we know everybody. Family, when I say we know everybody, we know everybody. We have traced down everybody. You hear what I say? Family, these people were well-to-do people. These were not the typical itching and scratching to surviving. I know the lineage. I know who's who. I know who survived in this picture. I know where they at. I know more about your family than you know. I know more about your lineage than you know. Way more. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So with that, family, welcome back.
Certified boogeyman.
I'm back.
Boogeyman. Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
We're gonna speak the truth,
Yes, we are.
regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged,
Thank you
naked,
for
and
joining
idle.
me.
Certified
How
boogeyman.
people are being murdered on a daily and
boogeyman.
consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weeks frost that crept through. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up. Allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper claimed he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes
Yay.
and trying to figure out which one has the venom sac
Certified
under his
boogeyman.
tongue. This one is not
Certified boogie,
poison.
man.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who
Certified
says
boogie,
I
man.
smack somebody?
Certified
Poke your
boogie,
chest
man.
out, then ride
Certified boogie, man.
thousands of miles. Check it out. For a
Certified
peace
boogie,
order,
man.
for a peace order. I'm back like I left something. And you kept frontin' sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive. See who you really are. Who named you to reach the G affiliated with the gods? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation. But ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip hop was conscious. You came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track. But you was so whack, nobody followed the act. So they made another character. Turned into a thug. From Cosmo to K-Fact, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, snitching on the hood. You make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop. Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
He's back!
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people
This is
that
a
came
sick
in.
Negro.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the
This is a
people
sick
that
Negro.
live there. And this is
Nobody
what's
lying on
happening
you,
in our
silly
country.
Billy.
And it's a
That
shame.
man beat you, man. Beat you like a thief.
That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you gonna make it move.
He was talking about, man, he had just come out of his surgery. He had pneumonia. His back was broke. Say he had a goddamn brain aneurysm and he forgot his information.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah, man, you got to quit coming up with all these excuses, man.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
They're eating the Springfield, the people that came in. They're eating the cats, the people that came in.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece.
I'm good.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, would have